cidade sem muros nem a meia, gente igual por dentro, gente igual por fora, onde a folha da palma afaga a cantaria, cidade do homem, não do lobo.
A escola em Gestos, Estúdio for analógico. This is their main recording space. In the old days, they were recording together in a room, recording and practice for a long time, sometimes for weeks and weeks, to get into good balance, and then they're recording it. Nowadays, it's much more. They're doing much more it on another way because there's not so much time. In my philosophy, time can be never important to making a good recording. Money can also not be the issue. The regie room, most of the time people say you don't have glass. No, I don't have glass in the room, because I find out when I do that, it's like there's the guy standing behind the glass to see if everything is correct. So meanwhile, what I'm actually doing when they are playing, I record analog. A lot of kids even don't know what it is, but it's actually the tape. And here you can, for example, record 8 tracks. Then you can put another 8 tracks here. And this machine are locking actually these machines. And now they're locking. That means I can use now 2 tapes and record, for example, 15 tracks. The funny thing is, how older I get, how less tracks I used. People say, yeah, but you have such a big mixer. Yeah, that's correct. Because I can do everything if I want. Every machine has its story. So that I can say Jeff Buckley, on the album Grace. And here you're having, for example, a primetime delay Pat Metheny was using in the old days. This is a Dynacord tape recorder. A lot of rockabilly bands. I think even Elvis was using that. Then this is my amazing machine for doing really strange things. What people can do now easy digital. You can do everything with digital. No, not everything. This was from it is from the Beatles time. So it's from 1960, I think from 1967. And there are not so much anymore in the world. I think in 5 or 6. And I'm very proud of this, that I still have the things, and I'm very happy that it's still working. Because that's always the problem with all the gear. There's a Estúdio B76. This is actually a master machine. Now, with the Estúdio machine, if I get these things ready, I'm coming to another phase, and that's a very important phase for me, and I think also for everyone. That I can cut vinyl directly in this room, not in this room, but in the kitchen room. But that's actually the whole idea from the recording part of the studio.
No terreiro a dançar, eu perdi o meu lencinho. No terreiro a dançar, quem o achar que mudei, que o meu pai me quer matar. Quem o achar que mudei, que o meu pai me quer matar. Ajoelha-te a meus pés e reza, faz a tua oração. Ajoelha-te a meus pés e reza, faz a tua oração.
We can do actually other things. It sounds a little bit strange. You still hear them. And here when they're making a mistake, checking already the sound and all the things. So meanwhile we have to do not so much. And if if there's really a mistake or something that constantly comes back, normally they know when they're making a mistake because they know what they're doing. Then we have to do actually nothing, so we can make it coffee. So Dutch people like to make coffee. And meanwhile they can play. I know that they have a half hour, because the tape gives a half hour of sound. And then we will see later. But you hear now already that they're playing now much better than in the beginning. It's also quite normal because they're nervous. The funny thing, what you saw and when I'm there, still there, that they're even actually not playing. Looks like they're more nervous, I don't know what it is.
Era o ramalhete inteiro, era o cravo, era a rosa. Era o ramalhete inteiro, era o cravo, era a rosa. Era o ramalhete inteiro.
About the school in general, because when I started here a long time ago, I was thinking, first there's a lot of work. But I saw the garden, I saw, for example, walls, I saw toilets, there was a lot of things here. People said, Wout, don't do it, it's really too small. I said, yeah, but it's, having a nice garden, and, it's quite in still, and it has something. And there were more options, bigger schools and bigger this and bigger that, bigger countries, other countries. But I'm thinking I'm still happy after all the years that I choose for this, because I'm thinking it is an amazing spot.
É assim? Troquei as estrofes e enganei-me na letra.
Quem é que sabe?